Have you ever imagined that a simple plate of rice and beans, a slice of bread, or a portion of potatoes could be silently interfering with your blood sugar control? Now think about it. Are these foods really the problem, or is it the way you eat them? For many people over 40, the answer to that question can be the key to living with energy and balance, or silently suffering from blood sugar spikes, constant fatigue, and a higher risk of developing type 2 diabetes. My name is Eddie Rodriguez. I'm a pharmacist and biochemist, and in this video on EDU diabetes in English, I'll show you how you can enjoy bread, rice, and potatoes without causing dangerous glucose spikes. And the best part? You won't have to give up the foods you love, just learn how to prepare and combine them the right way. Most people believe that to control blood sugar, they must completely cut out carbohydrates. That's one of the biggest nutritional mistakes I see among people trying to manage their diabetes or prevent it. The truth is that it's not about the bread, rice, or potatoes themselves, it's about how you cook them, what you eat them with, and when you eat them. These three factors can transform a supposed villain into an ally for your health. Let's start with cooking. The way you prepare your food can completely change how your body reacts to it. When rice or potatoes are overcooked and become too soft, or when you make mashed potatoes, their starch becomes easier to digest, meaning it turns into glucose faster and raises your blood sugar more quickly. On the other hand, when you cook these foods until they're just firm, what we call al dente, and then let them cool in the refrigerator, something incredible happens, a process called starch retrogradation. This process turns part of the starch into resistant starch, a type of fiber that isn't digested in the small intestine. That means it slows down glucose absorption and helps reduce blood sugar spikes. Even if you reheat the food later, the benefits remain. Simple changes like this can make a big difference for anyone with pre-diabetes, insulin resistance, or metabolic syndrome. Now, let's talk about combinations. Eating white bread alone is one of the fastest ways to spike your blood sugar. But if you add a source of healthy fat, like extra virgin olive oil or scrambled eggs, you change everything. Fat and protein slow down digestion, which means the glucose from that bread enters your bloodstream gradually. The result? Fewer spikes, longer satiety, and more stable energy levels. The same principle applies to rice. When eaten with fiber-rich vegetables like broccoli, carrots, kale, or okra, the digestion process slows down. These fibers form a kind of gel in your intestine, making it harder for glucose to enter your bloodstream quickly. Add a good protein like chicken, fish, or beans, and you've got a perfectly balanced meal. That's why the classic combination of rice and beans is one of the healthiest traditions in many countries. It balances carbs, fiber, and protein naturally. Timing also plays a key role. After the age of 40, our metabolism becomes slower and less efficient at handling large amounts of carbohydrates, especially at night. That's why one of the smartest strategies is to eat most of your carbs earlier in the day, during breakfast and lunch, when your body is more insulin sensitive. In the evening, focus on vegetables, proteins, and healthy fats. That not only keeps your blood sugar stable, but can also improve your sleep quality. Another surprising tool to help manage blood sugar is acidity. Studies show that adding acidic foods like apple cider vinegar to your meals can lower the glycemic impact by up to 20%. Just 1 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar diluted in water before eating rice or bread can make a noticeable difference. It's not a miracle cure, but it's a powerful aid in a smart eating plan. And don't forget the simplest yet most ignored habit, chewing your food slowly. Digestion starts in your mouth with an enzyme called amylase. The more you chew, the slower your body absorbs glucose. Eating calmly doesn't just help your blood sugar, it improves digestion and helps your brain recognize when you're full. Rushed meals are one of the hidden causes of overeating and poor glucose control. When it comes to bread, yes, some are better than others. True whole grain or sourdough breads made with natural fermentation have more fiber and a lower glycemic index. That's because long fermentation partially breaks down starches, making them easier to digest and less likely to spike your glucose. Don't be fooled by the dark color of so-called whole breads, always read the ingredients. Many whole grain products are made mostly with refined flour and just a small amount of fiber. The same goes for rice. Not all types have the same effect on blood sugar. White rice is digested quickly, but varieties like parboiled, brown, or wild rice contain more fiber and produce a lower glucose response. And once again, the magic is in the combination. White rice with lentils, olive oil, and sautéed vegetables is much healthier than brown rice eaten alone. And what about potatoes? They've been unfairly labeled as villains. A boiled or baked potato, especially when eaten with the skin and cooled after cooking, becomes a great source of resistant starch. Sweet potatoes, yams, and cassava are also excellent when combined with proteins and fibers. The problem isn't the potato, it's the frying oil and how it's prepared. French fries, for example, are loaded with unhealthy fats and have one of the highest glycemic indexes you can imagine. So let's recap. The secret isn't in cutting carbs, it's in controlling how they behave in your body. Eat them in moderation, pair them with protein, fat, and fiber, and choose the right time of day to eat them. That's what real, science-based nutrition is about. It's not about fear or restriction. It's about understanding and balance. After all, your brain needs glucose to function, your muscles need it for energy, and your mood depends on it. The goal is not to eliminate it, but to control the flow, keeping it steady instead of allowing extreme highs and lows. Now, I'd like to hear from you. What's your favorite carbohydrate, bread, rice, or potatoes, and how do you usually prepare it? Leave your answer in the comments below. Your experience might inspire others. If this video helped you understand how to enjoy carbs without fear, give it a like, share it with friends and family, and subscribe to EDU Diabetes in English for more science-based, practical advice to control your blood sugar naturally. I'm Eddie Rodriguez, pharmacist and biochemist, and I'll see you in the next video.